Hey everyone, welcome back to Kharak Cup number 9. We're going to continue with our coverage of round 3 of the qualifier section here now. It's going to be between Shrike as the Coalition and BlueBoo as the Con-F. This will be a pretty fun match. I imagine we kind of get a feeling already for like what we're going to see in this match here, but I think that Shrike probably ought to be the winner. This is typically how it's gone. I mean, Shrike's a player who just kind of understands that basic idea of like when to attack, when to expand. Certainly not the best at it, but he gets good value out of his units. He uses his momentum well, so I think that gives him probably the biggest advantage that I'm seeing here. From what I've seen from BlueBoo recently, it really seems like he needs to work on getting like either expanding earlier or attacking a bit more dedicatedly. Is that a word? I don't know. You get the idea. That's my prediction then, though. But we've seen an upset already this tournament. You never know what could happen, so it'll be exciting to watch. Blue, of course, playing as the Con-F, going to move out with the base runner and the production cruiser, and Shrike as the Coalition. He typically goes for this, where he gets LAV fabrication early. Going to be no what's the word? Exception. No exception here. Sorry, sometimes my English is just trash. And I expect we'll see him begin to make those pretty much right now. Nice carrier turn, by the way. Can never get that working. If he had an LAV coming out right then and it like popped out into the middle, that would have been sick. Actually, he's gonna go SC first, which I think is kind of interesting. I think that's kind of something people do when they want to be safe, though, is to get LAV fabrication before the support cruiser comes out. But frankly, I don't think that's a good idea, because if you're gonna make any of those LAVs, you'd have to cancel the support cruiser and basically screwed in that case. And actually Blue is in the perfect position to kind of take advantage of this, because it's a support cruiser first build that comes out later than you're expecting. You should be able to just come in here with the sand skimmers and just like trash them up, you know what I mean? I think actually, okay, that makes sense now. I think the reason is because he's going for AAVs early, but still, backing away, like from what? What are you backing away from here? I think with 2 blast drones especially, there's a lot of damage that, oh, and actually I think the carrier's turned the wrong way now. There's a lot of damage that BlueBoo could do right now, but he's going to choose to back away from really nothing. So that's a little unfortunate to see, obviously. But I think I've talked about it enough in the other videos. He kind of gets the idea. I hope he knows to target this turret right here. Yeah, he does. It's always nice to see. I love the reverb on this map when the turret fires. It's very dramatic. But that turret is going to go down. Blast drones are out. I'd love to see him get used then immediately. Because right now you got a straight shot right into your opponent's main. And that would be really deadly. But no, don't leave. Oh, that's unfortunate. Seems like he tries to use those blast drones to protect the base runner. But one thing that you can get a lot better value out of them from, I think, in the early game, is to punish this kind of an eco build by saying like, oh, you want to have a support cruiser first? Well, you'll have no salvagers over there. Which obviously is not going to work anytime, but this was like a perfect opportunity. I think he really had an amazing opening in the early game there, but didn't take advantage of that, so it's a little unfortunate to see. Going to be assault ship tech for Blue. AAV's just now beginning to come out for Shrike. Now, if I were Blue, just to give him an idea about like when he should be getting refiner mode, I would do it right now. So like cancel that and get refiner mode right now. And I say that because your attack, like your little push here didn't really result in too much. So now you just get refiner mode, head back home, and you'll have a 2-base economy like your opponent, and have assault ships ready to go about when you get back there to defend. And I think that's preferable to this scenario where, like, for instance, Sandskimmer Armor 1 is coming out now, but to one end, I mean, he's not really using these Sandskimmers at all, so there's no reason to get them the armor upgrade. Those are my thoughts. And these blast drones really have overstayed their welcome now that these AAVs are out on the field. I don't think we're going to really see any value out of those blast drones. Assault ships are coming out in mid though, so he could get aggressive with that if he wants to. Interestingly, Shrike also playing very passively here. Which I'm not really totally sure why, but interesting to see. You know, I wonder... Yeah, he probably could get away with a third base right here, right? I think you should do that. If you're not going to play aggressive with the AV... In fact, even if you are, in fact, especially if you are, but, you know. You can go for some Shay. You can go for a third base or whatever. Blast drones, of course, getting not sundered, suppressed the way that they do. Both of them going to go down. Like I said, once those AAVs come out, they've kind of overstayed their welcome. Sandscream is going to come in the flanking position, and these AAVs probably ought to back away now. There's railguns here. Shrike, please. 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 I don't know how I feel about that. Actually, I do. But anyway, the AAV is going to come in, and they should be able to get some really good value here if they can get to the base. And I think they will. I mean, there's 3 assault ships here, but honestly, using smoke, they can get to there without taking a single shot even. So, and you know what would be awesome? Dude, set up a turret right now. Yes. Because probably your opponent's not going to notice it going up, and then you can actually kill off the assault ships, which would be hilarious, but not even going to be necessary. And I think he's going to go for the production cruiser. No, no, no. Okay, this is a good choice. This is a good choice, but this is a bad choice. There's no reason to go for that. He sees it. Okay, he's going to go now for the right units here. Except he's not actually targeting them. It's a little awkward, but it'll do, right? Salvagers, as you can see, going to go down very, very quickly. And he actually does want to kill off this one assault ship. I can see why. He has a lot of damage out on it, but now he needs to be targeting these units. Because, kind of like I mentioned in the last game with Shrike, the purpose of the assault ships here... Oh, well, the railgun you would definitely want to kill, though. That's a nice pickup right there. That's a bit sloppy from Blue to pop it out so close. But yeah, the big purpose of these AAVs, or assault ships as the case may be, is that they want to take out the eco. Not really anything else. And they have done exceptionally well on this, by the way. Like, have you noticed how many salvagers have gone down here? I don't think I've really played to that just quite enough. 100 CUs lost for Shrike, 2,240 lost for Blue. That's a little bit, that's a little bit dramatic. Even some salvagers on the main base getting taken out now. And I don't really know what happened over here, but I imagine it was cleaned up without too much difficulty. Railguns and AVs are here. Shouldn't be able to deny the extraction for Blue, especially if smoke is popped, but they will probably kill that base runner. And still no railgun armor, so perhaps the assault ships could maybe have killed one of the assault railguns, but... Small things. Small things. I say small, of course, meaning, what do I mean? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter too much in the grand scheme of things. The thing is, though, attacking the production cruiser is pretty fruitless because it won't take any damage, of course, if you don't kill it all the way. And Blue, once again, no refinery mode, just going to try to go off of a momentum play here, but he really does not have it right now. And that's definitely something I would fault him for. Making all these salvagers is obviously, like, a good move, right? Well, if you're not going to get refinery mode, no, I don't think it is. I think that's definitely what he ought to be doing here. This guy here I'd love to see up on the high ground position since he's going to get pushed, but he doesn't necessarily know it. Assault Railgun should die pretty much right now. Okay, there you go. And it looks like that heavy will get taken out too. And this should represent enough momentum that Blue can, that Shrike can basically just push right in and do really whatever he wants in his opponent's base there. This is what a momentum play looks like, right? How Shrike is still only on 2 bases even though he could be on 3. This is what a momentum play looks like. Kind of getting distracted here, but I suppose the production cruiser was out of line of sight, wasn't it? Or out of vision, that is. But that's definitely the target he wants to be going after now, right? You don't want to keep those guys moving, because otherwise this kind of stuff can happen. You can see the damage that's done to the railguns right there. Ouch. It's pretty nasty. But yeah, a double production cruiser snipe here is obviously going to be pretty backbreaking. and I think blue would be justified in just surrendering right now. Counterintuitively, these railguns actually want to get as close to this carrier as they possibly can, not back away. Because then, of course, you know, close combat weapons for the Conaf not particularly good, and the cruise missile can't fire at you. But you know what? These AAVs, they almost can do damage, like significant damage to the carrier because of how low the armor is, but not quite. So what is Shrike gonna do here? So he could go for BCs, huh? What would stop that? Yeah, I think I'd go for BCs if I were him. Maybe that's just me being funny though, I don't know. This is such a cool looking game, man. So those units from Shrike finally gonna get cleaned up over here, but they did a bit of damage. I think, yeah, if the only unit left on the, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Well, I mean, I guess I don't really see why not, but yeah, I think if you end up having to do this, you should probably just know it's not going well. Looks like Shrike's choice is going to be a huge mass of railguns. Who can blame him? Sounds pretty good to me. Heavy vehicles armor 3 is done. Mag accelerator is done, so this blob of rails is definitely ready to take on a carrier. And he can just extract to his heart's desire, I guess. Heart's content? Isn't that how you say it? I guess I was wrong. I hope none of you are trying to learn English from me, by the way, because that's not a good idea. just ask any native speaker; they'll tell you. I speak rather interestingly. So AAV gonna do the scouting, and it continues again. But yeah, one thing you can practice if you're playing and you're in like this kind of scenario is just like move your units constantly after they get targeted by those cruise missiles to see if you can mitigate the damage. It's good good practice, you know what I mean? Because that's definitely something you're gonna want to do in game. Aha! See that probe there is very nice. That means he's gonna have vision on him for a long time. I don't know exactly how long, but as long as it takes for blue to get like a production cruiser, basically. I find it funny that the railguns are all like targeting salvagers, but they will kill this carrier, make no mistake. Right? But yeah, that shouldn't be an issue. And there we go. That's gonna be game. GG nub. Let's check the eco here real quickly. I think I just want to show like we know blue got eco wiped, but still, I mean this kind of disparity doesn't come unless you don't get refinery mode. So I think we all know what blue needs to improve on. I've talked about it enough, don't want to beat around a dead horse, but well played by Shrike, although I think he did make himself quite vulnerable in the early game. Let's go ahead and move on to the next game from the round, eh?